It's common to want to cut people off during your spiritual awakening, especially family members or someone you've been in a relationship with for a long time or friends you've been with for a long time. And the reason is because during both your spiritual and Kundalini awakening, you grow so much internally that the outside now has to reflect people that have done equal amount of spiritual growth. So I want to talk about the benefits of cutting people off during your spiritual awakening, especially family members. So the first benefit of cutting off family members or people around you is that you see things from a different perspective once you've done it. When I was going through my Kundalini awakening, I didn't understand what was going on. I thought that God had forsaken me, and I didn't understand why I felt so much pain because I was in deep depression. And I did everything. I took medications, I traveled around the world, I tried to be more social and to somehow heal myself. And I did this for 3.5 years and nothing worked. And when I finally decided to cut my own family off, after a week of just doing that specific week gave me perspective of what was actually wrong. And on top of that, just after a week, I started getting better. I didn't need to do anything. I just needed to cut those people off that had pressured me so much that I felt like I had taken all responsibilities on my own shoulders that weren't even mine to carry. When you have toxic people in your life, especially narcissists, they can easily convince you to see life only from their perspective rather than your own. And so you try to make your life according to their plan and completely disregard yourself, your health, and what you want to satisfy what they want. So you can't see things from your own perspective when you're living another person's life, even if that means that these people are your own parents, which is very common in the East, in the Middle East, in South Asia, East Asia, maybe in Russia. The second benefit is that it gives you space to heal yourself uninterrupted. So if, let's say you decide that you're going to start healing yourself, but you still have those toxic people in your life, then any progress you make, they're just going to add salt on your wounds again. So this pattern will continue. So cutting them off, for me, for instance, just a week after that, I started to meditate every single day. I was doing breath work, some yoga poses, and 6 months later, I couldn't even recognize myself. I have boundaries today, and I'm extremely confident, and I do what I prefer to do, what I want to do, and there is no one to tell me what I can do or can't do. And having this type of lifestyle and mentality, I would never be able to go back to the people where I was a people pleaser, where my own existence didn't matter, or I didn't have my own opinions, but rather I had to live a life according to other people to satisfy their vision of what I'm supposed to be. So cutting them off gives you space to heal uninterrupted. Cutting toxic people off also allows you to get to a point where you understand another person's disabilities, meaning that you see that they are a product of the experiences they've had in their own childhood and refusing to deal with them, like vast majority of people. Most people choose to continue their toxic patterns because healing is hard. So it allows you to get to a point where you can forgive them wholeheartedly and have understanding for why they are the way they are, and yet choose to not follow the same patterns and grow and evolve to build a better future for yourself. The last and biggest benefit of cutting toxic people off is that you can build a brighter future. I think about my future husband and children, and I know they deserve peace and happiness as much as I do. And I don't want to bring the old toxic patterns and keep them in the presence of my future children. And so it's important that you separate your past from your future, because you can't bring your past into your future and expect the environment to bloom and be healthy. And so your past might have been abusive and toxic, but your future doesn't have to be. But you have to make that decision then to cut ties with people that could prevent you from building a brighter future.